Hello, welcome back to Sidequest Gaming, where we take a look at both old games and new to try and uncover some of those little hidden gems you might want to try out for yourself. Today we're going to take a look at Warhammer 40k Inquisitor, kind of as part of the Skulls Fest and the focus on the Warhammer 40k games at the moment. We're going to dive in for about half an hour, we're going to start a new character, see what we think of the game, and as always I'm going to give my thoughts, feelings and impressions at the end. So let's create a new character. We could be a tech priest, a crusader, an assassin, a psyker, a tech adept, a battle sister, or a hierophant. I like the idea of us perhaps trying out a psyker. Probably a little bit more squishy, but I enjoy the idea of being able to use all the warp to our benefit. Name it Sidequest, and let's send it. Let's see how we go. It is the 41st millennium and there is no peace among the stars. The Empyrean of man is besieged from all sides by the Xenos races, and it is slowly rotting away from the inside, tainted by the Chaos Gods. Inquisitors are autonomous, powerful agents who wage a great secret war for mankind. They fight in the shadows, and nothing is beyond their authority. They are the judges and the executioners.
Inquisitor's log. Classified report for later transmission. I am closing on the source of the inquisitorial distress signal I was assigned to investigate. It has an ancient encryption used by the Holy Orders. It's authentic, but extremely old. The intensity of the Caligari warp searches is beyond anything I've experienced. There were many delays during the journey, but the coordinates I received from the Caligari Conclave finally led me to this desolate system. The signal is coming from a battered fortress monastery. It got through the warp surges with considerable loss of data, and my astropath has been unable to decipher it. I will personally investigate the source of this mysterious signal.
Inquisitor, this is your captain speaking. I'm still trying to hail the monastery, but I get no response.
The hull looks intact though. I think it was simply abandoned a very long time ago.
Then what do you expect to find over there?
Something that once belonged to the Inquisition. And lots of empty halls.
Sounds exciting. I've instructed your pilot to land on the hangar deck.
Stand by and wait for my signal.
Inquisitor, the automatic defense system has been activated. The turrets are attacking you. Do you...
Okay, very cool.
Captain, do you copy? Captain Van Winter, can you hear me? Strange. Box communication is jammed. And Inquisitorial log. New entry. While attempting to dock in the hangar of an unknown fortress monastery, my transport took heavy fire. I suspect that the automatic weapon systems were activated, but I don't yet know why. The transport has been destroyed, along with my equipment. My pilot is dead. I will pray for him later.
Okay, very cool. I like how this is a completely different start and world to if you play as a different character. I started my first playthrough as a one of the Mechanicus. However, I had some serious noise issues in the local neighborhood, which kind of led me to have to completely restart the recording. But that playthrough we started on a desert planet, completely different to this one. So I'm already really liking how there's a bit of diversity in the characters.
Mindless servitors were created for menial tasks, but having a flesh drone just for operating the door seems excessive. Open the door.
One thing I noted definitely in the my previous playthrough, and I still feel the way, is the camera angle really bothers me. I feel like I just can't see enough. I'm looking down on top of the character. I want to be able to shift the camera kind of back and up so I can see further up this way. It really does annoy me a bit. It's probably just a personal thing for me,
Log
but...
entry. Bodies everywhere. The putrid stench of death. Horrible wounds still ooze blood. What have we got here? A weapon? Well, the Emperor does protect his loyal subjects.
Okay, we got a Psychostaff. So what do we have down here? Force Bolt, Bio Lightning. We've got Inferno on Self and a Molten Beam. Okay, pretty cool. Oh, Nurgle.
A manifestation of chaos. Will it cleanse your taint from here?
Also pretty cool in that
I will rip your mind.
the enemies that I played as the Mechanicus were
Chaos
Tyranids, so
seeping into the walls. I taste the despair in the air.
quite a lot of variety.
This
I'm
illness
liking that
must be
already.
purged before it's too late.
Okay, so we can switch our staves out. So we have Pyroblast versus our Force Bolt. Okay. Very different style of play for this, mate. Okay. So the way we move, I really wish I could move
New
using
log
the
entry.
WASD,
I
but
found a room tainted by the filth of chaos. There is also a tech priest maintenance shrine with a functioning cogitator.
okay. Augmentum defense system anomalies. Ranking security officer, brother Marcus Drang. Incident log. The Martyr opened fire on the approaching rogue trader vessel, causing considerable damage and loss of life on the targeted ship. Teleportarium signals are regularly jammed, blocking entry and exit to and from Monastery. Confessions of related personnel during the Resilience hearing. Searching picked recording database. Records not found. Conclusion. After thorough investigation and questioning, I can safely claim that no personnel were involved in the incident. The defense turrets opening fire without any human involvement and signal blocking any teleportarium attempts is generated automatically. Responsible cause, system malfunction. Alright.
I found new information. There's an emergency cogitator nearby where I could turn off the jamming signals.
Definitely looks like this. There's some chaos corruption here. As I was saying, I wish we could move with WASD and use the mouse separately. As it is, the way it works is the mouse directs all movement, so you hold down where you would like to go.
Open the door.
It does make it challenging to kind of kite or move backwards when you're fighting.
Mindless servitor sputtering gibberish. I smell corruption. Exciting. Mind the door, please.
Let's start trying out some of our abilities. There's a whole bunch of
Foul
corrupted...
heretics! Let my
tech
powers
priest by the look of
cleanse
it.
you from your sins.
Bio lightning.
Witness the glory of
Alright.
the Emperor.
So we can hold down space to kind of go into cover as well. Haven't really felt the need for that just yet, but it is an option, so that's kind of cool to know. Map. Oh, looks like we missed some loot back a while, but that's okay. Nothing we can do about that now.
Finally, that's the cogitator that will disable the jammer.
Deactivating.
I couldn't turn off the teleportation jammer, but the Vox should be fine now. Captain Van Winter, can you hear me?
Inquisitor, finally. I thought we'd lost you.
It would have been quite convenient for you, I suppose.
Trust me, I'm on your side. I'm not saying I don't want my ship back, but who would clear my name if you died in battle?
Your loyalty is quite admirable, Captain.
Level up. Okay. Let's see what we get from our level up. One passive skill, unlocked Psychic Power Crush, and unlocked item type Psychic Focus. Let's see what we have in our little dude's upgrade. So we've got a bunch of different areas here, but we don't have any points to spend. We've got a passive that we can spend on. So range combat, area effect, psychic combat, or psychic durability. Interesting how this one actually you start on the outside and work your way in, as opposed to the difference with the Tech Priest was that you started in the center and you worked your way out. So some interesting variety in the way that we can approach the combat. So we could go for ranged damage against affected, just flat range damage bonus. We could go for something more specific. I think we're just going to go for a flat damage bonus for ranged. There we go. Done. Did we get any loot of any note? We did not. Let's go into making contact mission 2.
Our augurs have picked up a Vox signal not far from your location. It is transmitting on an Imperial channel. It could be important.
I'm on my way there.
Okay. Charge. So, cool. Blast him. Don't really need the other stuff, to be honest. The Force one's doing quite the damage. Oh, okay. He just blasted me pretty good. That actually took out quite a bit of our health. Do we have a staff that... Do we have any ability that can regen our health? We do not. Okay. We're going to have to be a little bit more careful, I think. Although our health has regened on its own there. Okay, good to know. Ooh, pretty.
Emperor.
What have you found down there, Inquisitor?
A vile display of cruelty and madness. A sacrifice to the dark gods and their acolytes prowling these decks.
In other words, there's something on that ship that requires human sacrifice. Wonderful.
Alright, let's get in there. Oh, shit. Blast him, blast him. Lightning. Got him. So you can see the challenge I'm having with trying to click on them when to attack. It's a silly small thing, but it's really bothering me because my guy keeps walking towards them if I misclick slightly. Which is problematic because you have quite a high, quite a long range. So like, as you can see, you kind of want to be shooting from way back, but if for whatever reason you can't hit. Same as I really wish Q and E were letting me move the camera instead of middle mouse click. Just feels a little bit odd on the control scheme. I'm sure I could change it, but it just is what it is for the moment.
A crude
Frag
tool
grenade.
of mindless destruction. I'm sure it'll be useful on this ship.
Alright. No, won't read that out. Just a little bit more of a lore dump about what's going on.
A proper welcome committee at last. That grenade could be useful now.
Looks like an assassin or something up there. Okay, so let's grab our grenade. So 3. Oh no, that did not work. Let's try it again. That's better. Ooh, okay. Flaming noble cultist and a real jerk on a heavy machine gun there. Just run around behind him. Got a tarantula sentry. Hit him with the fire. Burn him away. There we go. Ooh, I can hop in on this thing. Oh, that's cool. Alright, I like that. Don't burn my thing. How do I turn you off? Okay, it's done. Well, I wonder, are we going to get like a bit of a... Are we going to get a bit of a shooting zone there? I do like that little impact... effect, sorry. I do like that mechanic for a bit of a shooting gallery. I guess that might come into play soon. This looks like something was summoned. That wasn't altogether pleasant. Alright, more law. I received your message by the Emperor. This is bad. Okay, suspicious. Not good, basically, not good. Let's continue on. Turn the camera. Alright, got an implant. Okay, I think this is our first bit of loot. Nice. Just helps us out a little bit. What's over here?
I have found a corpse of an Imperial soldier. I'll take his data slate. It could contain a recording that could shed some light on what happened here.
Ooh, Dreadnought. They've done a really good job of the sound of that gun. Alright. He got splattered hard. I'm guessing that's what they summoned. The Nurgle Dreadnought there. Charge on down. Okay. Oh. Kite them a little. Lightning. Nice.
Is a journey.
Alright. Medical supply. Okay, what's that give us? Okay, it's an... Cool. So we're going to get like an ability that heals
fallen
us.
Adeptus Astartes.
What? Did you just say that there was a dead space marine down there?
He must have been a member of that unlucky Imperial reconnaissance team I found.
Allow me to clarify that. You only found pieces of them. So it'll be just you against something that tore apart one of the mightiest champions of the Imperium.
Don't jump to any conclusions just yet, Captain. It could easily be more than one creature.
Alright, so dead Adeptus Astartes. We're kind of like a psyker in training. Not looking great for us. We can get... Ooh, a Rosarius force field or the grenade. I think we want the force field, right? Put a little time warp around it. A little... Oh, time warp's our special ability, but we've got a little force field we can use. Cool. He's a lot stronger, this reborn marauder. Okay, but... Whoa, okay. He spawned some little dudes when he died. Got them all, though. And we got a new staff, by the look of it. Ooh, okay. A pyrokinetic staff. Yeah, he's better than the one we got, so... Let's change off from our force staff to shoot some fireballs, because why the heck not, right? This looks like it's a setup. It's a trap.
Horde can withstand my powers.
Burn them. Kites. I think we got them all. Nice. That staff came just at the right time, did it not? Okay. Charge on down, and I think this is another corpse.
Team Sigma, this is Chaos Thorn speaking. Team Sigma, come in.
I'm afraid Team Sigma won't be responding anytime soon.
What? Who are you, and what are you doing there? Taking a stroll on the decks? By the Emperor!
Mind your manners. I'm an Inquisitor, and I don't tolerate...
An Inquisitor? About bloody time. I thought your lot had followed Lord Klosterheim into the Dark Zone. Listen, we're under heavy attack in the control room, so I'd appreciate it if you could join us while we deliver the Emperor's will until our most triumphant death. Thorn out.
Yes, Thorn, on our way, sir.
I established connection with someone from an Imperial expedition on the ship, but he is clearly confusing me with someone else.
Whoop. That middle click doesn't make it the easiest to move the camera. Okay, we're up to mission number 3. Dive in. Don't think we leveled up at all during that one. Yeah, no level up yet.
It's Thorn again. Another wave of filth is on its way to face me in a glorious carnage. I want your help as soon as possible.
Careful, Thorn. That was dangerously close to insolence, and you are definitely confusing me with someone else.
You are an Inquisitor, which is enough for me right now. The whole deck is swarming with the local mongrel tribes, and they've sent their champions to rally the troops. I need you to eliminate these creatures. It will slow down the tribes.
So you're heading to the control room to disable the jammer?
That's the plan, yes.
And who is this Caius Thorn exactly?
Quite a character. Otherwise, I have no idea. He seems to think that I'm a member of his mysterious expedition.
If there is an expedition, they might be trapped in that monastery just like you.
Why do you think so?
I made a scan. That giant wreckage looks completely dead from here. No sign of any other voidcraft in the vicinity.
Doesn't look better, this force rod, but we can see how it goes. It like lists that it's better, but it doesn't look better. It's faster. It's a machine gun rod. Pew, 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 pew. Cool. I'm here for it. Unleash hell. Whoa, leveled up. Oh god, he's right on top of me. I kind of forgot that they spawn. Fire rod. I should have just used my ability that shoots all the shockwaves around me. Oh, I'm in the gas.
Now you are gone.
Got him.
This is the first tribal champion.
Oh, a force sword. Hell yeah.
Of the original inhabitants.
Okay.
I guess I'll know more soon.
Oh, nice. I can use the rod and a sword or an auto pistol. Okay. Okay. This is interesting. I wish I could kind of just manually attack. So, full auto, short burst. I mean, yeah. What about the sword, though? Why is the sword not on? Is that 4 strikes 1? Okay, we're just completely changing our loadout right now. Yeah, cool. Spray and pray. And swinging. Okay, the sword's a bit clunky, but I don't hate it. I kind of want the rod and the pistol, to be honest. Can I do that? No, can't go double ranged. I mean, it would be pretty cool. We came from that direction, so I think we need to go up here. Haven't had to use a health pot yet, so that's pretty good. Supply crate. I'm guessing that's going to be health pots or. Yeah, or these, the shields, which we haven't really had to use either. We're doing quite well. Alright. Get them with the rod. Let's try out our shield. Nice. Let's get in there. Let's put on our... Use the lightning from Vader.
How are you faring, Inquisitor?
Considering
nice.
that I'm alone, I'd say I'm making adequate progress.
Alone? Where's the rest of your detachment?
Under some smoldering wreckage.
Well, that's unlucky. But that's all the more demons for us to kill. Let us rejoice in the furious challenge. Thorn out.
Alright, that was hectic. I'm not sure what these are. They don't seem to be hurting me. Kill the Champions of Chaos. 2 more to go. I unlocked a few things there. So we got a Signum. We got a Masterclass Implant. think the one I've got on's better. Ooh, an eye implant. Alright, just rip your eye out, put a new one in. Good on you, mate. Ooh, why am I all glowy? Have I done something nasty with the warp, I think? Overdid it a bit. Get it with the fire. Nice. That psychic fire is amazing. Take a healing pot. Get a refill. I think I took one anyway. Get some supply charges for our shield. And in we go. Oh, there was a few mines there. Go Vader on them. Definitely taking a whale there. Swap out to the different, the fire. Fire staffer. Gone up a level. Oh, okay. Nice, got him. Okay.
The filth of chaos has retreated from my door. Regrouping, I'd say. I take it you killed the tribal champions.
Yes, I purged the place.
How ambitious! I like that. But believe me, there is still much work to be done. You'll find a desecrated shrine next door that leads to the control room. Go there.
Okay, desecrated shrine. Go there. Where is it? Okay, well there's at least something I can grab down here. Oh, it's just medicals. Not that useful, but that is... Ooh, door still opens up. We are going the wrong way though, so we won't continue that pathway. Because we need to go... Let's see. Down here and then up to the left. There's a bunch of mines there. Let's hopefully see whether we can catch up with Thorn. Alright, through this door. Okay. Oh, it's satisfying how much it just disintegrates them. I have to say, it's pretty cool. Okay, here's a stronger one. We're just kind of stun locking him. And there he goes. I like the fire staff. I think that's the way to go. I thought I was going to like the sword more, but it just... I couldn't really see what I was doing. There was just so much chaos happening.
Thorn, I've reached the end of this subdeck.
Good. There is the exit. Some of my men will meet you on the other side, but plenty of them have been captured. I'll need your help to set them free.
Alright, so level up again. New level reached. What do we get? We got psychic power, unlocked a new item, a plasma pistol, and a skill point. Nope, another one. Item type, warp rod, focus point, psychic power, passive point. Now I don't think I was actually able to use those as we were going, so I checked before in here. But if we went to kind of want to unlock some of these other trees, but it looks like there's an enormous amount of customizability for our characters and a lot of things that we can put points into. So we can go range damage again and plus 10 range, just heavy down on that range focus. I'm hoping that includes... Oh, is that including psychic damage though, or is that just the pistol? I think that might just be the pistol I'm buffing up. Interesting. Anyway, this has been Warhammer Inquisitor. What do I think about it? Well, I talk a little bit. I'm going to play some of the gameplay from when I was playing as a Mechanicus. What do I think about Warhammer Inquisitor? While I talk a bit about my thoughts and impressions, we're going to play a little bit of the gameplay in the background of me playing as one of the tech priests while I was first learning how to kind of navigate this game. And I'm actually I'm actually pleasantly surprised by it. When I initially started playing, I wasn't really feeling it. Particularly, look, the controls were bugging me a little bit, and it was feeling quite a bit generic in terms of an ARPG. It kind of had a bit of the Diablo-esque vibe going on, which is, you know, a really good structure for a game, but it is a bit overdone, and it is a bit tired in its own old age, so to speak. But I am super intrigued by the different starts each of these characters have, and I think that's really cool. It almost feels like there's a completely separate campaign per character start that you can make, and it had a very, very different feel to the way that I was actually playing the game. The Inquisitor had more of almost like dungeon crawly RPG vibe going on, whereas the Mechanicus had more of this sprawling landscape mob battle thing going on. So very different approach. The abilities feel really solid and weighty. Like there's quite a bit of heft to the sound design and to the impact feel of the weapons. I do feel I would much prefer if I could kind of walk backwards holding S while firing. I just don't like that I walk where I click and fire. I've never been a fan of that, and I feel like it means that I have to make sure I'm clicking exactly on the unit model to have an impact, and that doesn't quite work for me. But that being said, that's a small gripe. The lore is really cool, the voice acting is well done, the graphics are great. They've done a really good job on the model and animation design. So all in all, this is actually a pretty good little package. It's a decent little title. I can't speak to the overall story, but it's feeling like it's got some legs. And if you're getting it on sale, it's actually quite cheap. So it's a worthwhile little pickup if this looks like the kind of gameplay that you might enjoy for yourself. Anyway, that's been me for today. That's Sidequest Gaming. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Hopefully you found this a good little indicator of whether or not this might be a title you want to try out for yourself. As always, have an amazing day. We'll have another video up tomorrow. Hopefully you'll join me in that. Catch you in the next one. Bye.